blog entry 91 for 12/25 of 2022. So in this one, I'm in San Diego at Ocean Beach. And the first thing that came across for me in meditation and this reflection was, when working with people and helping people grow, it's important to meditate with Radha and Krishna about what they need the most. Because it's easy to get into a rut or a routine, and it's easy for our mind and our materialness to convince us that everybody needs the same thing. Now, there is some truth to it. Kirtan's good for everybody, and people doing whatever helps build their devotional practice, in general, is good for everybody, as it is. But when you're working with someone specifically, it's important to check in with the divine to see what the response is that would help them the most. That was the first thing that came through on this journal entry. Then the next thing was, Krishna had told me in meditation that because I was there in my van, my little hobo van, and not having a house or a fixed material place, I was continuing to grow towards wearing orange and the sannyas path. Even though for like a few days, I wasn't really able to feel myself in my process or the movement forward in my growth at that time. And also he said that I needed to work in more meditation time with him. I'm wondering if at the time I was wondering if it might be this 3-month period that Swamiji had mentioned, but later I found out it wasn't. It was just moving from one level of growth to the next level of growth. In your bhakti practice or your devotion, when you're doing it, as you meditate on Radha and Krishna and you spend time focused on them, they're cleansing your karmas and it's raising your vibration, and you'll integrate and you'll grow. But there'll be a certain period of time where you move into another level from where you were previously. And generally what that's like, there'll be a few days where things can feel a bit off in your practice and your meditation. Things might be kind of quiet, or Radha and Krishna might feel a little further away, or the divine might feel a little further away. And what you'll find is after about 2 or 3 days or so, you'll have a new way of communicating often. And that migrates around depending on as you grow. And things can be a little different. And then you'll have to allow space for moving into that new way of integrating and interacting with the divine when you're in your meditation. And so it's important to stay steady as you can. And as sort of like the purification, it'll come in waves. There'll be a wave and then it'll pass, and then you'll feel more peace and joy and bliss. Well, sometimes when the wave passes, you do this transitional thing and you'll move into the next level of growth and connection with Radha and Krishna. So it's important to stay steady and not let yourself get overly stressed about it, and settle and rest in and integrate into it, and be gentle with yourself at the time when this happens. And it generally makes the transition smoother and take less time. And then the more time that you spend with meditation and things like that with the divine or Radha and Krishna, then the quicker the integration all gets done. And that is pretty much it for this journal entry. And today, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you have a chance, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Super helpful. And have a great rest of your day.